So one of the most complicated, maybe controversial, and frankly, to some, it'll be heartbreaking stories in recent WWE this past year and a half is the Ridge Holland situation. We're gonna go quickly about what happened since the incident with Big E and go down what's happened since and to most recent events since this Ridge Holland got let go while he was injured. So, and questioning whether what is the extent of a company's accountability when it comes to injury. So, Mike Santana got screwed. We can talk about that later. I love Mike Santana. Anyway, before we get into contract injury and GoFundMe's, we need a little context. So, Ridge Holland, who's the man on this screen, is known, unfortunately, by some for one main thing: being the man involved in the 2022 incident that ended Big E's in-ring career. He is the man that did the suplex that landed Big E's neck the wrong way. He used to team up with Sheamus and the Brutes, or whatever that group was called, that no one cares about anymore. So he was the man that broke, unfortunately, through a belly-to-belly suplex, making it go wrong. Sorry. He landed his poor Big E's neck in the wrong way and changed his life for the foreseeable future. As you know, Big E has no plans of returning to wrestling. He pretty much can't at this point. His neck is too injured to take the risk to wrestling again. So because of that situation, he's gone. Big E himself, though, in recent months forgave Ridge Holland publicly, completely, no grudge, no ill will, but fans, being fans, never did forgive him. And from that moment forward, Ridge was fighting an uphill battle ever since that incident. And that's where the story really begins. So, fast forward to 2024-2025, Ridge Holland's WWE career had stalled, and he was rarely used, sidelined often, and never regained momentum he once had when he was with the Brawling Brutes. Someone tell me what that group is. Jesus Christ. And then he got relegated to NXT. And while he was in NXT, they said to him, they gave him a contract extension offer for 3 years at 50% pay reduction. And I don't know if how accurate this is. He was getting, maybe before this happened, $350,000 yearly for his contract, but now it's being relegated to 50% for 3 years. So pretty much a half a pay cut. So Ridge pushed back and he counteroffered. He's asked to give him 1 year at that reduced rate so he can see if he can handle the financial based on that contract. Because if he doesn't, he can easily leave and go somewhere else. So he tried to pull what some would say the Triple H thing that Triple H did when he was in WCW. He said to WCW, "Give me 1 year, let me prove you, and when that 1 year is up, see if you want to give me more money." Which I think it went fine for him, but not for this guy. But this is where things got messy, because before his extension went through, which was about 4 weeks ago, or a little bit before that, Ridge Holland got injured. He suffered what they call a Liz Frank injury, which, like, if this is my foot, it was an injury somewhere here, so somewhere over here, so a lot of small bones were broken, and he got that injury while performing as an NXT talent on a TNA show. So if you guys know, TNA and WWE earlier this year made an agreement to work together, which mainly means NXT roster competes with TNA. Some of them show up in NXT, some of them show up at TNA. So this was the situation. He ended up doing a match with, ironically, I think it was Mike Santana, and he got injured during that match. He was basically performing the match per WWE's request. So The messy part is, that came up to mind, will WWE pay for the surgery? WWE pay for the rehabilitation? They didn't pay for his recovery period away from work, despite they paid for his. To be clear, they paid for the surgery and some of the rehabilitation, but they didn't pay him for his time away, I believe. Despite him getting hurt while fulfilling a WWE requested external booking. Usually they will cover you if you did it during a WWE event, but apparently they didn't do it because they consider it external booking or something like that. That became a root of frustration for Ridge with the company, because this injury apparently is going to require 6 months of rehabilitation, so he's going to be sidelined for 6 months. That's pretty much half a year, which when he got injured around September or early October, he was almost already done with his contract. So because he's a 1099 independent contractor, they don't really have to pay him for being injured during the work. So that's what WWE is insisting. So there's, at this point, legally, they're not obligated because he's a 1099 contract. But people are saying, well, morality-wise, why wouldn't you? He's brought up that, well, you've done it for past wrestlers, like retired wrestlers, to help them rehabilitate them, like some of the Hall of Famers, but they didn't budge. So despite all that, the injury, the recovery time, the counteroffer, WWE releases him on October 13, 2025. 4 weeks before his original deal, was almost done. He was still injured, still unable to work, and still technically hurt doing something on WWE's request. So, and according to, and all my, so just so you guys know, because I'm not shooting this out my ass, most of this is from me reading Fightful and reading some of the tweets on X between WWE and Rich himself. Well, that's a Vince thing, not a TKO thing. Well, it's a TKO thing too, because TKO could have done. TKO's in charge, so you can't blame Vince for that. The extension of the contract was done during the TKO era. TKO took over about 2 years ago, so, and the extension was done last year. I don't think you can do that. You can blame it on Vince. I mean, it's a mentality, but anyway. Whether WWE, and according to reports, he was ghosted days before the release. So he's been trying to contact WWE before he got released on October 13. He wasn't getting answers. He wasn't getting clarity. He was just getting dead silence. And then he was cut loose. Now, oh no, I mean for the helping up the wrestlers in the past? Yes. Well, he helped those wrestlers because he wanted something from them. Don't forget that. Some he had a heartfelt connection to. Some he did it because he wanted something out of them. Whether it was a Hall of Fame induction, for them to be involved in something, so on and so forth. But to go back to this, whether WWE should have paid out the rest of his contract is up for debate at this point. But morality, who knows? You can ask 100 fans. You'll get 95 saying the same thing. Yeah, they should have finished paying him. Meanwhile, Ridge not only deals with the foot injury, but apparently recently he stated that he potentially has a possible neck injury as well. So, how ironic is it that he may potentially have a neck injury? The man that broke Big E's neck. Talk about irony. Brutal irony. Yeah, TKO is strictly business. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, so now, let me see. So let me go. So I'm trying to get used to this. I should transition. I should not do. There we go. So when he got let go, he put out a tweet. So Ridge WWE, it's no longer Ridge WWE. It's something else since he potentially has a neck injury on top of the foot injury he already had. Lady Arrow's saying, something tells me Ridge Holland is a messy person. This is well deserved. It's also poetic justice. So this is the post he put it when he got released. I've been informed that WWE will not be renewing my contract when it ends on November 14th. WWE are still going to cover my rehab from injury, but my guaranteed pay will end. Quite frustrating to say at least, as I cannot work for another 6 months due to the aforementioned injury with a family of 5 to support. My career with WWE has been blighted by misfortune, but I'm still thankful and grateful for the opportunity and experience. You obviously got to say that if you want to come back. The shining light that has always kept me going is the huge support from a handful of special human beings. Thank you. I'm unsure what lies ahead of me in terms of wrestling, but going forward, I'll be working hard. Do I have the rest of that? Oh, here we go. No. Well, I don't know what. Anyway, so he did that. And November 4th hits. Ridge started losing his home to foreclosure. And now this is the second part of this story. So he's already sad that WWE is not going to pay him. So he's not getting any payment right now. No money. So whatever he has saved, he has whatever. Luckily, his medical bill was covered by WWE. But now that he has a potential neck injury, that's not going to be covered by WWE. Only the foot got covered. So November 4th hits. He finds out he's getting foreclosed. He takes to Twitter, now X, to vent emotionally. Raw. He did an emotional post. It wasn't polished. It wasn't even PR approved. He doesn't have PR. It was a man at the end of his road. So, let's see. So, I think, yeah. Nope. So, this was the tweet about it. I never thought I'd be able to pay my mortgage. I feel like I've just been hung out to dry after getting injured, working for another company on behalf of WWE. Add to that my contract's not being renewed, knowing that I wouldn't be able to wrestle for 7 months. Now it's 7 months. This is brutal. Before it was 6 months. Now he's saying 7 months. Yes, they are taking care of the surgery and the physical therapy, but let's be honest. That's the bare minimum after what we sacrificed for the company. Plus the possibility of having to get my neck fused too. Talk about getting totally effed. I don't know what to tell you, dude. This has been WWE since day one. This has been the wrestling business since day one. Now, you would think with Triple H being one of the guys would be thinking the same way as he would and help him out. But business is business. Triple H is just a booking man at the end of the day. He's not the businessman. He's not the one that drops the money. It's TKO or Nick Khan or whatever. Triple H has no say in this. So unfortunately, and Nick Khan and TKO, like Jeff Maku and everyone else in the chat is saying, they are all about the business. Oh, it was Ryusei who said it. Yo, the guy is cursed. The guy is cursed. Isn't Big E Jamaican? For all you know, one of his family members was so pissed off about what happened to Big E, or people in Jamaica that love him, they probably voodoo cursed the shit out of this guy. I am obviously talking BS, but who knows at this point? With how much crap just happened to him this past 2 years, this man probably got his ass voodooed. You F with a man's career, potentially it might come back to you twicefold. The only person this hasn't messed up is freaking Mercedes Moné for breaking freaking Paige's neck. But that's a separate story. We'll see. Anyway, so this statement alone gained attention fast. Oh, Lady I was saying it's not a Jamaican thing, but it could be anyone, like a fan. Jeff Mock was saying Rich kind of had the Tegan Knox aura, never had a single decent run with all his injuries. True. This is the year of the Fafo. Can someone explain to me Fafo? Am I missing something? Am I that dumb? I am that dumb. So if someone can explain Fafo for me. Fear of missing out? No, that's not it. That's not it. No, not at all. Anyway, While you guys tell me, I'll continue. It gained attention. This post alone gained attention fast. Fans, media, Fightful, wrestlers, everyone noticed. The next day, more reports coming out, but suddenly, this situation just isn't about Ridge Holland anymore. It's about how WWE handles independent contractors in situations they indirectly create. So, I don't know what happened there. Oops. Anyway, sorry. Let me. I was trying to switch. Oh, is it because? Why is? Sorry, guys. I was trying. There we go. I apparently have to zoom out before I go back to a tab. WWE responded to his tweet. He wanted attention. He got it from WWE. So feels like he was hung dry by the company. He expressed financial concern for his family due to the way WWE handles the situation because he can't wrestle for at least the next 7 months. Well, WWE decided to rub the salt in his wounds after seeing those comments, according to a new report from Fightful Select. The outlet says WWE reacted to his social media comment by terminating him early due to the breach of contract. I guess this is the kind of S-moment treatment of their wrestlers that WWE can get away with due to the lack of a union, among other things. So I guess that the post happened November 4th, so they terminated his contract like that. Oh, F around and find out. Why didn't I know that? I'm the... That's on me. That's on me. Okay. So, yeah. They said, F you, we're going to terminate your contract. So, that's it for Ridge Holland. So the central question being, should WWE be liable if a contracted talent, because it's going to become a thing if they want to cross over promote with other promotions in the future, like they own AAA, they don't own TNA yet, so if they work with TNA, if they work with any place in Japan, or even smaller companies like, what's the brutal one that Natalia and others fight during WrestleMania weekend? There's one that they do very hard knuckle fighting. There's small promotions that they can work with, so things can happen there. So if they get hurt outside of WWE ring, but working on behalf of WWE when they ask them to do that. So that's going to become a debate during this situation because he did work through at TNA, but because of WWE. So it becomes like a question of liability, I guess. I'm not a lawyer, guys. Bloodsport, thank you. Yes, Bloodsport. Yes. Natalia and Shayna Baszler did Bloodsport. They did it. They promoted them as WWE wrestlers, but they are doing it in a separate ring. Obviously, the next day during WrestleMania, they didn't have any matches, so that's why they did it. They helped promote the brand. But what if they got injured? Bloodsport is bloody. I mean, there's a reason it's called Bloodsport. They get crazy in there. Anyway, for years, WWE has enjoyed the luxury of talent being independent contractors, but with WWE level control. So they become independent contractors, but they expect them to work the way a regular contract works. It's a loophole the size of WrestleMania. AAA, TNA, Forbidden Door style crossovers, all WWE approved, all WWE requested. If wrestlers are representing the company, if WWE books and approves their involvement in these matches, if the injury happens while fulfilling WWE requests, shouldn't WWE bear part of that responsibility? Or all of it? That's going to become the debate now due to this. And Ridge Holland's going to become the case study, unfortunately. So, the next thing about this guy that happened more recently, like this past week, I believe, this is where it gets more complicated. Ridge's mother, after all this has happened, Ridge's mother, seeing her son losing his home and dealing with the medical issues, creates a GoFundMe page to help him. So, yeah, that became a report. GoFundMe launch for WWE release Ridge Holland as family faces financial crisis. I think I have a screenshot of the GoFundMe. If not, I got the page. It's somewhere. I should get it. Shame on me for not having that ready. That is on me. But while we talk about this, So yeah, the mother started the GoFundMe page. And I'm going to get it first. Let me first get it. Ridge Holland GoFundMe. Find me the GoFundMe. There it is. Yeah, here we go. So, oops. Let me bring this back. Here it is. So, the GoFundMe page was launched. Give hope to a family facing unimaginable hardship. There you go. And that's Rich Holland. That's 2 of his 5 kids. Even though he says help a father of 3, he has a family of 5. Okay, it's kind of confusing. Anyway, so she does it. Ridge didn't know about the GoFundMe. She did it without him knowing. He didn't approve it. He didn't ask for it. But because of it, fans saw it and started labeling him as a scammer, apparently. So Susan Chapman is his mother. Help a father of 3 heal without losing everything. A hardworking husband, a devoted wife, 3 beautiful children, and a devastating injury that threatens to take it all away. We're reaching out with heavy hearts on behalf of a dear family in crisis, loving father. 3 suffered injuries while on the job, injuries that are not only left him unable to work, but also abandoned by the very company he served. Despite being injured at work, he was hired as a 1099 contractor, meaning he's not eligible for workers' comp, sick leave, or any support from the employer. Since the injury, the company has offered to pay for the medical expenses, but no pay, no new contract. The family has already endured a 55% pay cut last year and have done everything possible to reduce the expenses. He is now facing months of recovery, including another surgery in March of next year and potentially a neck surgery this month. Oh, it's happening this month, leaving him unable to return to work until at least late April or early May, if recovery goes good as hoped. His wife, who's already stretched thin caring for him and their 3 children, is doing the best, but without any nearby family or support system. It's simply not enough. Every day is a struggle, mentally and physically. They would live to provide a sense of stability for their children who are watching their world slowly unravel. They're doing everything they can, but it's not enough. They are at risk of losing their home, of falling into debt they may never escape, of having their children face a holiday season filled with fear and uncertainty rather than joy. The family needs a lifeline, and they need it now. Your donation, no matter the size, will give them the time and space to heal, regroup, and rebuild without losing everything they worked so hard for. Please give what you can and share this campaign with your community. Every share, every prayer, and every dollar means the world to this family. Together, we can help them make it through the unimaginable season and to more hopeful future. This fundraiser has been created to help the beautiful family through the months ahead, to keep the roof over their heads, food on the table, pay the bills, cover the hospital appointments, and give them a chance to focus on healing without the constant fear of financial collapse. Thank you from the bottom of the hearts. Now, a lot of people have donated, including some other wrestlers such as Chelsea Green, who approved to do a 1,000 monthly donation. Kyle Fletcher from AEW has donated. Nick Macy, and a few other people. I mean, I don't know half of these people, but anyway, a lot of people donated, and before he got it paused, they raised about 10,134 out of the 60 goal that the mother put out. 4 days passed from when this GoFundMe came out. He began to address it because he was overwhelmed and embarrassed. He posts, "I didn't start it. It was my mom. I paused the campaign, and once I'm back on my feet, I'll donate every single dollar raised to charity." So, do I have that post? Yes, I do. I will share that post. Let me go to it by turning that off. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, this is one. So now with his Instagram changed to his other name, Luke Menzies. Thank you all for the incredible support shown through the GoFundMe campaign. However, I want to clarify that I was not aware of the page was going live and had no prior discussion with the family member who created, his mom. I've since requested that no further donations be accepted, and this change should take effect within the next 24 hours. Once we figure out how to move forward and I recoup the amount donated, I will be donating said amount to charity. I sincerely apologize if the page caused any upset or offense. That was never the intention. Thank you all for the understanding and kindness. That was on November 9th, about a week, last week. And I think people pretty much were upset, and they were asking, why can't you just refund the money? Everyone was asking, can you refund the money? And he never responded, to the point that his Instagram is now shut down. Sorry, not his Instagram, his X account. You can't find his X account anymore. So if we go here, don't mind, Ridge Holland GoFundMe. Anyway, but they were like on X. I should have screenshotted, but they pretty much kept asking, oh, Jinder Mahal donated too. Is that what you were saying? Jinder Mahal's been vocal too. I think he's Raj Desi. Yes, right here. Raj Desi, Jinder Mahal, Kyle Fletcher, Nick Macy, who is Nick Jackson, and Chelsea Green have all contributed to Ridge Holland's GoFundMe, helping each other in times of need, and the greatest thing we can do. Donate if you can. But fans were upset. They were saying, well, if you're going to put it back to charity, why can't you refund it? So people are like thinking it's suspicious. They're saying that's not the response of a scammer. Then someone trying to save the face after being hit with hardship. They kept piling on, and he was done with it. He pretty much deleted, or he blocked the account. I can't search his account. As you can see, I can't find this account unless I Ridge Holland X account GoFundMe. Nope, can't find it. Maybe go this way. There you go. Oh, here we go. For some reason, his account is blocked. Oh, there it is. Well, that's weird. Did he come back? Couldn't find it a few hours ago. So here we go. So here we go. Let's get to this. So this was the same post I just shared with you. I am not donating the GoFundMe money. Once I am earning money, so he's not donating the GoFundMe. Once I'm earning the money and in a position to donate, I will donate to charity. This will be the money I earn, not to GoFundMe money. I am not a scammer. Why not refund the money to the donors instead of giving it to the unnamed charity they may or may not support? I don't think you need to apologize to GoFundMe. It's decent of you. You want to donate the rest to charity. I say keep it to yourself. People donate it to you, bro. You need an accountant and PR guy, because this isn't it. I'm so confused. Don't you literally need the money to pay your bills? Quick, people, realize I'm an idiot. Try to make it look better. So anyway, respectfully, there should be some form of option for you to refund the folks who donate in good faith. Understand you're saying you didn't know it was happening, but if you are the beneficiary, I think the only way forward, if you don't need the money, is to return it to the sender. So, yeah. So he kept getting backlash. You know what's hilarious? Lady Arrow saying, Biggie low-key laughing, belly deep, out loud laughing, but not because he's making a joke. Damn. Well, sounds shitty, but if that's how the company works, you can't be mad when you sign up knowing how they work. It's no secret how WWE works. It's no secret how any wrestling company works. You work as a 1099 contractor. So the best thing you can do, if you do that, is knowing this, and knowing you have to figure out your own means and ways, you need to figure out your financial strategy. Now, I'm the worst person to talk about financial strategy. I learn here and there, but if I knew under a 1099 contract, which I was once when I started, I was very cautious of everything. I made sure I double down saving somewhere else. Like all these wrestlers, like they have nice houses compared to the place I'm living, and they don't. Some of them don't save money, and they get hurt because of it. Anyway, so a man losing his home, losing his job, recovering from injury, pain, medical bills, dealing with online harassment, and being hated for an accident apologized for years ago. He finally broke. So, to just end this, let's take a few minutes and imagine you get blamed for an accident. You're hated for years. You get hurt doing something your employer told you to do. You lose your job. You lose your home. Your mother trying to help starts a fundraiser. You get attacked for that too. No one, heel face jobber legend, deserves that, but it's also karma at this point. Whether you like Ridge Holland as a performer is irrelevant. This is a human story from a broken system and a man who fell through the cracks. Biggie forgave him, but he never did. Fans never did. WD cut him loose, and the internet finished the job. They finished him. Like, the internet just evil. So, where's Ridge Holland now? So he's pretty much recovering at this point. He's probably preparing for the neck surgery. He's quiet. He's off social media until I see here that he's back. Trying to rebuild. And the next couple weeks and months, people are going to ask about how these cross-brand promotions should work booking-wise when it comes to injury. How does the contract should work? So people are probably going to look very clearly on how their contract's going to work going forward. Learn how to deal with the internet, especially trolls. I don't think he was able to handle it. And will Ridge Holland ever return to wrestling? This is a guy who was also formerly a rugby player. He might return. He's not going to be liked though. So I don't know. Maybe it's better if he works backstage going forward, similar to Biggie. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll talk about it later.